The film begins in 1944 during World War II in Germany. Indiana Jones was captured by the Nazis, led by Colonel Weber, who believed him to be a spy. They hang him until a bomb hits their base, eliminating the Nazis and allowing Indy to break free. Indy's colleague, Oxford professor Basil Shaw, was also arrested. Hijacking a car, Indy chases the train Basil was on, fighting some Nazis along the way. The Nazis take the Spear of Longinus, believing it will give them an advantage in battle, but after Indy boards the ship, he and Weber's deputy Jürgen Faller realize the spear is a replica. Faller also owns the Antikythera number, Archimedes number. Indy fights him through more Nazis before rescuing Basil and taking the number. Weber chases them on the roof of the train and fights Indy until Basil shoots him, allowing Indy to push Weber to his death. Waller chases after him but is thrown from the train. Indy and Basil jump before the bridge is blown up by the Allies. Fast forward to 1969. Indy wakes up on the day of the Apollo 11 moon landing. He accepts his position as a professor at Hunter College, where his students are uninterested as they discuss the Sicilian War and the work of Archimedes. A young woman named Helena sits and contributes to the lecture. After school, Indy goes to a retirement party for him while Helena follows him. Unknown to her, a CIA agent named Mason follows Helena and reports to his superior, Fala, that he supposedly survived and is now brutally working for NASA under the name Schmidt along with other Nazis, including Klaber and Hawk. They came in search of the number, because he believes that this number can help him undo the past and help the Nazis win the war. Helena reaches Indy, whom she doesn't recognize at first, but then realizes that she is Basil's daughter, and therefore his goddaughter. She sat down with him to talk about her work as an archaeologist and how she tried to continue her father's work. Helena says the number is split in two and she wants Indy to help her find the other half in Tangier, even though deciphering the number's secrets drove Basil crazy. However, Indy agrees to give him the number piece that Basil has been keeping. Indy takes Helena to the college warehouse when Fala's friends show up. Klaber and Hawk kill two of Indy's colleagues before trying to corner him and Helena. Indy knocks over a series of shelves, killing one of the Nazis before Helena escapes with half the sphere. Indy is captured, but loses the Nazis on horseback in the middle of a moonlit parade while Klaber and Hauke give chase. Indy leads the horse through the subway tunnels and avoids them before jumping onto the train himself. Indy is accused of murdering two professors, but before a civilian can recognize him, he is kidnapped by his old friend Salah. After a long talk about his past adventures, Indy thinks his scouting days are over, but Salah convinces him otherwise. He takes Indy to the airport to accompany Helena after revealing some valuable information about the type of people she's dating. Indy arrives at the Tangier casino, owned by a criminal named Big Rahim. Her son, Aziz Rahim, is axed after Helena apparently abandoned him. Indy attends a private auction that Helena is attending and tries to sell half of the figure. He stops them and fights the other participants, more criminals who fire their guns at him. Indy and Helena escape with their young companion, Teddy Kumar, but Fala and his cohorts track them down and steal the number. The trio then have to get away from Rahim and his goons as they pursue the heroes riding a tuk-tuk, and they in turn go after the Nazis. The three lose Rahim, but Fala and his men are taken in a plane by Mason and her team. Klaber shoots her and helps Voller hijack her plane to continue their search. Indy and Helena know that a tablet to help locate the other half of the dial is somewhere in the Aegean Sea in Athens, so they enlist the aid of Indy's captain friend Ronaldo to take them there on a boat. Before their trip underwater, Helena asks Indy what he would use the dial for, and he says he would use it to convince his son Mutt to not enlist in the Vietnam War. His death broke him and Marion so much that they are now separated. Ronaldo goes diving with Indy and Helena to find the tablet. Indy has to fight bad angles, but they manage to save him from disaster. Unfortunately, the Nazis also located them, cut off their oxygen supply and forced them to swim to the surface of the water. Questioning her about the tablet, Waller shoots Ronaldo as he tries to protect Indy. Waller then tries to convince Helena to join him in his work with the diamond, but she hides a stick of dynamite, which Indy gives him and Teddy a chance to escape. As she flies off, Indy takes a moment to mourn Ronaldo, but Helena says that the Nazis don't know the location of Archimedes' tomb, which contains the other half of the figure. Indy takes the tablet and covers it with wax. A golden plate appears that can take them to the grave. Indy, Helena and Teddy arrive in Sicily. Teddy gets separated from the group and is found by the Nazis after Fala follows them again. Indy and Helena witness him trying to follow her after she steals the wedding car. Together with the Nazis and Teddy, they reach the cave where the grave is located. Teddy is tied to Hauke, whose weight destroys a footbridge and sweeps them away. Teddy manages to steal Hawk's key and drown him while Teddy escapes from the Nazis. Indy and Helena find the grave and find Archimedes' dial in his hand, and to their surprise, they also find a wristwatch. Helena deduces that Archimedes has traveled through time when Fala manages to find him again. He reveals his plan to go back in time and kill Hitler when he knew all the mistakes he was making, and he believes he can undo the past so the Nazis can win the war. Fuller takes the other half of the piece and puts it together. Fala takes Indy to a plane to fly through a storm that opens a portal with a number. Helena gets into the plane while Teddy short-circuits another plane and takes off after them, unaware that the pilot is sleeping there. Indy then tells Waller that he's not responsible for the continental drift, so it won't start World War II. Waller finds out too late that Indy was right when both planes fly through a portal that takes them to the siege of Syracuse. After taking out more Nazis, Indy and Helena parachute and jump out of the plane as Roman. Soldiers open fire on them. Fala and Clabber die when their plane crashes in a sea of flames. The view of planes was discovered by Archimedes himself. He finds the airplane stand and retrieves the dial with his watch, the same watch that Indy and Helena found on him, from Fala's body. Indy and Helena are found by Archimedes and his apprentice as he realizes his invention is becoming a reality, and the heroes realize it was always intended to return the user to the exact same time and place. Indy tells Helena that he wants to stay there for the time being because he really wants to be a part of this story and doesn't think he has a future at home, but Helena turns off her light and puts him on the plane with Teddy. Indy wakes up in his apartment again and is surprised by Marion arriving with Helena, Teddy, Salah and her grandchildren. They leave Indy and Marion for a private reconciliation when Indy realizes that she still needs him. They share a kiss. We then see Indy's trademark hat hanging out to dry as the film closes with an iris around the hat, and then Indy takes it. The movie ends here. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe for more videos like this.